But the problem is, men, they would second guess themselves at just because they don't want to disappoint you.
That whole don't listen to women just always and I just never
I
got
mean,
it.
women been saying that about men for years, though. Don't listen to him, girl. He can't tell you what to do. Like, that's kind of like common talk amongst women.
It seems that certain things that we may be concerned with, that we have our woman be concerned with, creates an imbalance in our relationship.
I bet you at 4 p.m. she'll be standing there with the purple straw because I gave enough into the bank of trust that I can whatever need to be taken out, my credit good for life.
Having a level of consistency that now I get to a point where I trust your judgment. So I don't necessarily need all of the information all of the time.
I think the only thing that I think about is you all don't, you all say don't listen to women. Like, I hear that way too much. You can't listen to women. If I have a problem with that only because you have to. We're the only others. We're on the other side of the relationship, and so how are you supposed to lead people that you don't listen to? That's and maybe I'm missing something. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
We're not saying don't listen to her. Like when she talks, shut her out. No, we're not saying that. We're saying that be willing to dismiss what she said when it comes to the bottom line for you. You can hear, I can listen to you. Like I listen to my children. That don't mean I'm gonna do it. I'm listening. But
mhm.
the problem is men, they would second guess themselves at just because they don't want to disappoint you. That's so when I say don't listen to what I mean that. Like it's like, yeah, hear her out. But if you don't agree, don't agree. Even if she's upset about it, even if she like a lot of men will just discount. Like for example, this is a small example. Deion Sanders, my favorite player, right? I was with my girl at the time. She talked me out of the shit. She was saying, I was like, yo, I want to meet Dion. He had to sign he was signing autographs. You know, it might be a little fee, one something. He signed a football, whatever. She like, but why would he do that? Why would he make you? Why would he charge you to do it? Meanwhile, she just paid mad money to go see Beyonce. She didn't even meet the motherfucker. She just been in nosebleeds. I'm about to meet my childhood idol,
Mhm.
meet him, take a picture, get him. I say, you know what? I let her talk that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's even bigger, most of the time. But I'm just giving you an example how just because she has an opinion doesn't mean you should overvalue it over yours for crucial things. And I think men do that too much at the expense of just because they don't want to hear somebody say what you said. It's like sometimes we're going to upset you, and sometimes you're not going to understand what we're talking about, and it's okay. You're going to be all right. And if you're not going to be all right, that man has to be all right with that too.
Okay. So
I think.
that's
Oh,
well, that's been my main issue. That when you all hear me say a lot of things about who, women having a voice and women um needing to have some type of say so over their relationship, because I always hear men say don't listen to women, so that makes much more sense to me, right? um because I don't disagree with leadership. It's just, for me, I'm trying to understand the dynamic, and it should be different, in every relationship because no one is the same. But that whole don't listen to women just always and I just never
I
got
mean,
it.
women been saying that about men for years, though. Don't listen to him, girl. He can't tell you what to do. Like that's kind of like common talk amongst women.
but
And
let's
you're not the natural leader. So for men to say that is shocking. That because at the end of the day, he shouldn't listen to anybody. He should make his own decisions because he literally is the leader. Y'all never was the leader, telling other women don't listen to the leader. So I don't get that.
I
Say
hear
he
both.
shouldn't listen to anybody, I think is a stretch. Is a stretch
I
because
mean,
that's
not any, not. I see what you're saying. I see how that can sound. I'm just saying a man should be more. He should be willing to jump out on his own. He should willing to die on his own sword, regardless
right.
of advice. You're gonna take account But as a man, you got to make a decision, and sometimes it may not be in favor of the crowd. Sometimes it may be. So I'm not saying you got to listen. You have to take in advice, but you still have to take the lead and make that decision. And sometimes men, a lot of times, don't make decisions at the expense of upsetting their mates.
Well,
I,
one of the
I
things
want to
that
kind of throw this. I want to throw this in real quickly, mistaken. So, to Ella and the guys, would you guys be okay with giving some support in as to why you make that decision? And
that's
then also too with Bo, if he makes the final decision and it isn't the one that you wanted, would you be okay if he gave you the support and context? Say, well, this is what we gonna do, and this is why.
Yeah, because you're at least including me on, like, you're explaining things to me, and the only thing that I would ever need is context and information. I'm uncomfortable being in the dark. I'm comfortable having the information. So yeah.
I think
So,
that's where I get a little bit, and I appreciate you bring that up, Bo, because that seems to be a common sentiment amongst women. I don't know any men that don't listen to their women. So maybe we need to be better at articulating what we're referring to. There's always going to be something as the man in a relationship that we're going to have to deal with. Sometimes I don't believe men think that it's necessary to divulge so much information, mainly because and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, it seems that certain things that we may be concerned with, that we have our woman be concerned with, creates an imbalance in our relationship. Does that sound accurate? Because from what I've seen is what we may hold as weight or concern, we hold it differently. When we involve you in it, it seems to sometimes create maybe stresses that you don't need or we don't need. Does it sound somewhere similar?
So
which
I
could
think we're
then
making a
stress the
mistake.
man out even, which could then stress the man out even more and make the situation worse by doing that. I would say I have no problem explaining the scenario if it's time permissive. Sometimes you just gonna have to do what needs to be done, move, because I say it. But I would also have built enough trust where hey, this is for the good of our family, regardless of how crazy or whatever. It's got to be a reason. Like if I call my wife and tell her, look, I need you to go stand on this corner with a purple straw in your hand at 4 p.m. and I don't have time to explain it, I bet you at 4 p.m. she'll be standing there with the purple straw, because I gave enough into the bank of trust that I can whatever needs to be taken out, my credit good for life.
Can I tell
So
y'all a secret?
what's that?
A lot of men do not build that trust.
Mhm.
You all have
Right.
to you all have to be careful and realize that there are a lot of women who have dealt with men that do not build that trust. That woman does not feel safe enough to be like, you know what? Yes, under, like, just drop of a dime, do what I say. And
So
a lot of men don't build that trust.
And I,
Okay,
there's
so
something about that though. Go ahead, mistaken.
I was
I
just
definitely want to address that.
in regards to
You gotta get
lead,
bougie in that too, y'all. Think she's trying to get in that too.
there are different kind of leading styles, things like that. So I think sometimes when we're talking about this topic, it's just one ideal that I think men think about of what a leader is, right? You have servant leaders, things like that. But one of the things is, for me initially with being married, it it was a shift because it it has to come to a collective agreement and understanding. Not saying that all the time my husband is going to listen to what I tell him, right? He's just not. Something he'll listen, but like Illa said, sometimes is okay, and then he go do what he's gonna do anyway. But in that, I think as we matured, we got better at taking each other's input, right? And like Bo said, it's about, well, no, Mike said, it's about having a level of consistency that now I get to a point where I trust your judgment. So I don't necessarily need all of the information all of the time. But you also need to know who you're with, because whether I trust you or not, I just want to know. I'm just the type of person that I just want to know. And that helps store things in my bank that helps me make decisions that may be outside of anything that have to do with you. But when you teach me or when you share, it lets me put that in my Rolodex for something that may happen later on. So I'm very inquisitive. So even like Mike said, if he tell his wife, be there at 4, he got enough in him, and I will probably have a question like, is it safe? Something is going to be something just to confirm certain things. But I think men have a hard time because they automatically think that the question means antagonizing, not trusted, or you trying to be my mom. Like they interpret women questioning as a nuisance. And I think that's where some of the conflict comes in, because it's not necessarily that we don't trust you. It's just makes us feel safer when we know the whys. That's it.
Sometimes,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say sometimes some women just never feel safe anyway. So
True,
it's
too.
it's not really that the guy isn't doing it. It's just that she's having something going on within her that she just would never fully safe. And sometimes you ask some questions. If it's like 6 or 7 months and y'all solid, she shouldn't be asking these same questions. It could be annoying. You keep asking questions over and over again. It's like, what, you don't trust me? Like,
You love me? You love me? You
Right.
I seen that little thing.
yeah.
Can I jump
You know what's
real quick?
I
I'm
had
sorry.
something. I'm not even going to be long winded, but I just wanted to respond to this because I wanted to stop it because I think we're making the same mistake we made Tuesday, right? Whereas we act as if we forget about the masses. Sometimes we really do that. Like people on this panel might be a certain type of way. There's different archetypes of men, right? We're not all wired the same. There are many men who say happy wife, happy life. Or I've talked to a lot of dudes. I have associates that I'm like, so what's up? How about this? And they'll be like, oh, I got to talk to the boss first. This is how it goes down. It depends on what type of man you looking for. There's certain dudes like, and I'll be honest, maybe some people won't be this for, but I really don't give a fuck what she talking about sometimes. And that's just me, right? That's me. And I don't care. And y'all can think what y'all want to think. Y'all shouldn't be with a cat like me because that's how I'm coming, right? But there are some dudes who will care what you're saying and refer to you as the boss, better half, and all this other shit and say, look, what do you think about this, honey? And that's cool. You just got to understand what type of man you're getting with that, right? And there's choices and trade-offs. If you want a dominant masculine man, then guess what? He's probably don't give a fuck what you're talking about sometimes, right? And it doesn't mean you don't mean anything, but it's just he's assumed the position of leader and he's not willing to compromise or be compromised.
Go ahead, Ella.
That's absolutely right. And a lot of times though, like what Bo was saying, you were saying you can't trust, but y'all be sending mixed messages because like Lapeef was saying, you done gave this man your body already. So all of a sudden now, oh, I don't, it's like make up your mind. Because if you don't trust me with your decision making and what to wear and what to eat, and why is you busting it open on the balcony? Like that doesn't make any goddamn sense. And I don't know what it is with the modern woman that they feel like, yeah, I had sex with you, but it ain't no but. I remember once upon a time you have sex with a girl, she wouldn't let you go nowhere. Now, oh, you have sex with a girl, you be in the sheets like this, she done left. It's like once you give a man your body, you told the universe, this is my husband. Women be thinking that's what you did. Once you let him get in there raw, and then you want to know, I don't trust him. No, you don't trust your damn self. Because if you didn't trust him, you shouldn't have gave him your body. But that's all I want to say.